Our next team represents Ukraine, 18-year-old Myroslava TKACHENKO and 19-year-old Riccardo PESCA, 13th last year in Gdansk.
Yeah, and this team were ruled out of their first junior Grand Prix assignment through injury, struggled through the rhythm dance, and even in the practice this morning had some mistakes, but you can see that start position showcases quality in their potential. Myroslava TKACHENKO and Riccardo PESCA. For me, Ted, this team
What was that word?
it's my brain space trying to justify what has just happened, because Myroslava and Riccardo showcase much better body awareness. Their quality and potential looks much more refined than anything that we have seen thus far. I know that they were injured, which pulled them out of Riga. I know that this morning in practice they had a nasty fall there too. So they're just not competition ready as they would like to be. Their score will be no reflection of where they are at. However, the body awareness, classy. Like here, look at the way she holds herself. Like, so much work has gone in just to be able to stand like that. As too from Riccardo, as he does the backbend there, the way in which they take the right forward outside edge entry into the twizzles, that showcasing more skating skill. But just not as together as they would like.
Yeah.
Just mismatched and bobbling a little bit here. Back inside counter, into the forward inside rocker, and then the change of edge back 3 twizzle. That part of their 1 foot turns, unfortunately, their step sequence was such a valuable element. Had the fall to start, and might just see it here. Outside closed mohawk.
Caught the boards.
And I suspect that's just because the team isn't as ready, as prepared as they would like. As we look at the curve lift, which is great. And here, the way in which Riccardo holds his leg on the 1 foot exit, it's just showcasing awareness of body alignment that we haven't seen thus far in the competition.
Yeah, it's so, the start to the season's been really rough for them, but you have to go through that because they've had the injury and they've been off, and this is the way they get back on track. But these competitions are important. They'd like to make the final, et cetera, but the reality is this is I don't mean it doesn't mean anything, but they've got their national championships, they've got other competitions coming up, and Junior Worlds or whatever the case may be, so they're a little bit late getting going, but they're going.
Yeah, and they're joined by Mattea Dalla Torre, part of the great work done by Matteo Zani, Barbara Ritsnikova, and Katrina Muller. There's so many great coaches in their corner, and so many other brilliant teams that can help them to hopefully be inspired to move on from this and not dwell in it. They'll return to a training camp where there's not really any time to dwell. There's just so many brilliant skaters around them that it's just time to crack on and move on.
Yeah. Well, we've all been through that, bad start to a season, or things just aren't in line, but it is what it is, and you have to go through it, and you have to find a way, and this will make it better, but you don't know it at the time.
Yeah, and when you've got coaches that are producing, junior world champions not too long ago, we've talked a lot about autonomy, and Myroslava and Riccardo have to take autonomy over what's happened here, but to some extent they can relax knowing we've got staff that know what to do with this. That they're comforted and cushioned by that, as
got to talk together, listen together, work together. 52.60, that is third in the free dance with a 92.06, and that'll put this team currently into second place at this stage of the event.